when people are together somewhere for 7 years, relationships do develop and people do get married and have families. That would kind of take them out of the Star Trek context, and that's probably why it doesn't happen.
In Judaism, there's a saying that evil is judgment without compassion. And I think she personifies that. I think she's an extraordinary and acute intelligence without compassion.
A young man once at a very large public gathering stood up and asked if he could ask me a question, and I said, yeah, sure, go ahead. He was a kid of about 8 or 10, and he said, Mr. Stewart, please will you marry my mother?
One Star Trek fan brought a trombone up on stage and made me play duets with him at a convention. That was kind of exciting.
One fan said, Mr. Dorn, how does it feel to be beamed? And I said, it's better than say. No. So they didn't get it, so nothing.
When the boys aren't blowing spaceships out of the sky, they want something nice to look at, I suppose.
Well, it wasn't until the character of Lando Calrissian that I was even aware that George's vision of the future included people of color. And that's one character, one character. And Star Wars is a great mythos, but it's not about diversity and inclusion, is it?
Actually, Gene Roddenberry was not a particularly religious human being, and he, not fundamentally religious at any rate. I think he was, part of the religion of man. And I think Star Trek is sort of that. It's just not, I don't think in 200 years from now, the old popular myths are going to be that interesting to people.
It seems to me there's a very healthy amount of sexuality in what we do. We were very low on sex in our first 2 or 3 years, and it showed. You could see the strain in people's eyes. But we resolved that finally. I got laid a couple of times in 7 years. I mean, please, I'm speaking now about the character. I should be so lucky. Anyway, it seems to me that sex and Star Trek have gone hand in hand very appropriately for 10, 20, 30 years, and I see it as my personal responsibility that continues.